So, no joke, like, last second, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do Super Smash Brothers instead. And I started.
What?
I just started furiously writing notes, right? And then I was like, never mind. I'm going to save it for when the game comes out.
Aww.
Okay. I'm just like... Welcome, listeners, and thank you for tuning into Those Nerds Over There. We are your hosts. I'm Alan.
I'm Kazel.
And I'm Sal.
This is the podcast where we take a part of nerd culture and talk about it passionately as nerds do. And before we start today, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge just how freaking lit this week was. Like,
Fire.
what do we got? We got League of Legends Worlds Championship. We have BlizzCon. We had the final Smash Direct.
Yep.
Oh my
so
goodness.
many things.
So many glorious things that happened to come out like yesterday.
Yesterday, as of this recording.
As of this. So
Friday.
On the 2nd of November.
Yes.
And we recorded on the 3rd. So just scrambling.
Yep. So to commemorate this, I would like just a moment of just a minute of sustained screaming. So I apologize to the listener.
It's gonna sound great afterwards.
All right, we're back from the screaming.
All right, perfect. Good job, Karen. Keep it.
Keep it in, Karen.
Keep it up.
So I don't have the net jar with me today because I'm at the library and I spent the morning playing Pokemon Go. I did catch. Yep, I caught 2 shiny Pokemon.
Nice.
Proud of
Yeah, thank you.
Who?
Oh, I got shiny Gengar and a shiny Pinsir.
Oh, I hate Pinsir, but Gengar.
Yeah, except so shiny Gengar though compared to normal Gengar is just slightly like more gray. So it's just like you can't tell. And if it weren't for the recent UI update they did to tell you something was shiny, I would not have noticed.
Oh. Well, way to make that sound so much less exciting.
All right, well then this will get you excited. Shiny Mega Gengar is all white.
Hey, he's a real ghost.
I started a new Stardew Valley file and I named my character a real ghost. And then I started going around town talking to people and I'm just like, wow, these people aren't really disturbed by talking to a real ghost.
Yes, they weren't
it's a real
disturbed
ghost.
talking to death either, so.
But all right, so I don't have the nut jar because I went playing Pokemon Go this morning, but I did preemptively draw the question.
Perfect.
All right, and this one comes from my other roommate, Forrest. He is at Kahoy, Kahoyy on Twitch. He streams League of Legends and Street Fighter and Tekken.
Ooh.
Yep, and he's very fun to chat with, so check him out. But his question is, what is your favorite childhood game? And in parentheses, I wrote fond memories. Now, I am going to expand this a little because I realized, talking with people, some people grew up not playing video games.
Yes. It could also be like a board game, right? That's a game.
Right, so I was going to say, well, when we were talking about it, when we got the question, it was about video games. But I'm expanding it now to include board games and such.
Okay.
Yep. I do have mine because I've been staring at this all morning while playing Pokemon Go.
All right. Go ahead and go first.
All right. Well, my favorite childhood game is Animal Crossing.
Oh.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, oh, no?
Wait, which on the GameCube?
Yes. So that was actually my first GameCube game.
Oh, nice.
Well, my first console was a PlayStation, so.
See, I feel like that just says so much about your character.
Oh, what does it say? Sal? What does it say? What does it say?
I'm not sure. I think it was a good game.
Oh no, it's a great game. I'm just
Okay,
saying,
cool.
like,
As your favorite childhood game?
it's a very like single player game. So
Well, okay, here's the thing. I played it with my sister and my friends, and what we would do is just crowd around. We would take turns with the controller. My sister would
Oh.
catch the bugs. I would catch the fish.
okay, that's very interesting.
But I have very fond memories from that game because I don't know, like you would think, a life simulator where you spend the majority of the game getting out of gross home debt wouldn't appeal to children.
Yes, but it's surprisingly very soothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like you're in this town and it's pretty and you can interact with the environment and make friends with these caricature neighbors who are all animals. And oh my goodness, I got obsessed with the clothing in that game.
Oh yes.
I ended up using the
good too.
basement just to collect all the clothing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I probably did that too. No, I put all of the music dudes in there in my basement.
Oh, the gearoids.
Yeah. That's what I did with those.
I never played the original Animal Crossing.
Which one did you play?
I played some of New Leaf,
Mm.
and then I played the phone game. That's it.
Okay. The Pocket Camp. Apparently, I don't know. There's 1 year anniversary going on right now. I
Oh,
have not logged back in.
I stopped after like a month, so.
Yeah, same. There wasn't really too much to do. But I only ever did play the GameCube one. I tried to play Wild World on the DS. I don't know what it was. I wasn't feeling that one.
Yeah.
And then
it
after
feels
that,
weird.
yeah, I
think I
didn't
have that one
play any of the Wii ones or the 3DS one.
I see.
I feel like it's the people who start off with the GameCube ones don't get into the later ones. Everyone who starts the later ones like play every single one.
There was an announcement for a Switch one, right?
I think. Yeah.
Um,
Maybe.
yes. It came out the same time as when the dog girl got announced for
Isabelle.
Switch. Yeah.
Isabelle.
Or announced for Smash.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah. That was a hilarious one.
I think my love of I didn't play Harvest Moon either, but I think my love of Animal Crossing is why I like Stardew Valley so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, as most
The
people.
time goes by so fast and stuff.
Oh my goodness, it goes by just literally hours. That night we were playing it, I'm just like, just one more day, just one more day. I'll go to bed after this saves progress at the end of this night.
I found a mod that you can do. Anyway, we're not talking about Stardew Valley.
We're not.
I was actually more fond of The Sims
Mm.
because you can like kill off your characters and stuff.
What?
Tells us more about Sal.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, what? Sal?
You know,
Sal?
I love being a god.
Wow. Wow.
Anyway,
Oh my goodness. No, go on. Yeah, that's a good transition into your favorite childhood game.
my favorite childhood game was not The Sims.
Oh, interesting.
It was actually Super Smash Brothers.
Wait, so you just like,
Obviously.
just on the side, you like Sims to kill people.
Yeah. Well, I liked Sims better than
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing because they're not similar, but it's kind of like the same type of game, you know? Because you're kind of just it's kind of like a life simulator.
Yeah. Animal Crossing has more like set goals that you
Yeah.
that's like in the game already.
So-
Sims, you can just go crazy.
Yeah. But that's what I was like the only thing I have to compare it to, I guess. And
okay.
so I played Animal Crossing, I was like, eh. But when I played The Sims, I was like, oh, I can do anything.
Lock them in the room.
Yes.
Not let them out.
Oh my goodness. Maniac.
Take away all the doors.
Take away the doors, yes. Throw them into the
on.
pool and not give them a
Yeah.
ladder to come out.
Yep.
I mean, I shouldn't be so shocked. This is like what people did on the internet all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I was just a stereotypical internet person.
Yep.
But Smash.
You're the internet.
But Smash,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers was my favorite game growing up. I played the original when I think when it came out. So, and that was like back in elementary school.
Oof.
So that kind of shows my age.
Or
But yes. And since then, I've bought in every single console just for the Smash games.
Holy.
So I bought a GameCube just to play Melee. I bought a Wii just to play Brawl. I bought a Wii U just to play Smash 4. And I bought a Switch specifically for when Smash Ultimate comes out. So,
wow.
yeah, it's just an amazing game. It's a fighter where all of the Nintendo characters are like fighting each other, and the mechanics are different than an actual fighting game where you're trying to knock people off of the stage instead of trying to like drop their health pool,
Right.
Yeah, so I always thought it was way more interesting, and it's a lot more like beginner friendly, and if you like want to get deep into it, then you can. And so yeah, I played the first one, and me and my friends were just like, this is the best thing ever. And like no one had heard about it back then, but then when Melee came out, everyone knew. Yeah.
I fit into that group.
Yeah. And me and my cousin specifically like played Melee all the time. Like I remember us like 3:00 in the morning playing Super Smash Brothers with 99 lives.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
Frickin'
we just
Melee
loved
endurance
it.
run.
Yeah, we just loved it that much. We were like, let's play 99 lives.
Oh my goodness.
It was just such a good time.
I'm staring at my copy of Melee. I'm like, I should do that right now.
Wait, now here's the question. For those 99 lives, it's like, was it Final Destination no items?
Sometimes it was, but when
I'm
you
sorry,
have
you
that
did this
many...
multiple times?
Oh yeah, we did this all the time. Most of the time it was like on the Temple of Hyrule.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 99 lives on that stage where it's like impossible to die, so the games were even longer. And we would usually have like Pokemon, the Pokeballs, just to like speed up the game because otherwise it would take forever. And we also
99 lives, hammer only.
Yeah. And we also like made up this game mode. We just called it Order, where you had to play the first character, who I think was Dr. Mario, and you had to win, and once you won, you moved on to the next character until we like finished like the whole roster.
Wow.
So we would play that all the time too.
So it's like all-star mode.
Yeah, but it took a while because you wouldn't win all the time.
Right.
So
you're just like, I'm stuck as this character forever.
Yeah. So that was really fun too. And Melee was just like so like, it seemed like so revolutionary at its time.
Yeah.
So it was great. I loved it.
It's a good game. Smash Brothers. Yeah.
Thank you, Sakurai.
Thank you, Sakurai. You people don't appreciate you enough.
Guess it's my turn.
Yes.
My favorite childhood game. I feel like I always have two answers. And I do have two answers. Can I say my two answers? One of them is kind of brief. The other one's longer. My favorite childhood game that I always played with my brother when we were growing up on the Sega Genesis when I was like 5 or 6 years old was Sonic. Every single Sonic game on the Sega Genesis. I was always Tails. I was always running behind him as he just sped off into the distance as Sonic. And all I did was support him. He's like, Case, pick me up so I can get on the sledge. So I'd like fly over and just pick him up, and then he'd run off into the distance. It's just good times of being player 2. It's my destiny as player 2.
How adorable.
Like, cool. But
it's very pure.
Yeah. And then we got the Knuckles, the Knuckles cartridge where you like inserted the original like Sonic and Tails cartridge into the other one, and it made it like a tower cartridge that you stuck into the Genesis. I think someone has that.
Okay, now we're dating ourselves.
Yeah, I'm old.
I never had a Sega Genesis. I had a Super Nintendo, but so.
Well, I know I gave all of my Sega Genesis stuff to someone who hasn't been playing all of it. So, but yeah, it's a fun time. Just with that cartridge, like you could take other games and shove it in. Like I would take like Bejeweled, and it would go in, and all it would do is like make an extra like bonus Sonic level, like the weird one where you're like in like a 3-dimensional orb world and you have to jump over stuff. But yeah, so that's my first favorite childhood game. My absolute favorite one that if I don't mention it, I feel wrong saying it is my childhood video game was and then I know as soon as I say it, everyone will figure out like my personality, because my favorite childhood game is Final Fantasy VII.
What your childhood game says about you.
Yes.
Now everyone knows who I am.
Everyone knows who we all are now.
Yes. So Final Fantasy VII, when we first got it on the PlayStation 1, or the PSX as it used to be called, my brother played it all the way through, and I watched him, and I would just sit and watch because it's a one-player game. And then when I think he started working, so I wanted to watch the game again, so I had to play it myself. And Final Fantasy VII ended up being the first video game I beat on my own. So that's why it's one of my favorites. And when I like replayed through it for my Twitch stream, I was just like, well, man, I remember this part, and I remember this thing happening, and I remember when my brother was like talking about this part, and we named each other this, and blah blah blah. And there's just a lot of memories connected to that game. So
cool.
It's just me.
Yeah.
I think it's really cute that for all three of us, part of what made those games very fond is that we experienced it with family.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'd kind of hope that would be people's answer. Like, otherwise that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's not do that.
No, I'm not sad in a bad way, but sad in like, oh, that kind of sucks that you didn't have anyone to experience this with.
Yeah. Well, I know people out there who like they're only children, but for them it's like, oh, I remember back in the day when I played this with my like dad and it was really fun. I'm like, oh yeah, there you have it. Yeah,
see,
you have that.
There you go. Those good old dads. Wish I had
good old dads.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh man!
Oh no! Reality has leaked in.
Parent or
Anyway.
person. I don't know. What are those?
But now a non sequitur into this week's topics.
Well.
Oh my! It was okay. I think we can all agree this week it was really hard to pick stuff that got us excited because we were just.
There's so many things.
Yeah.
We were at 100 the whole week. I can't wait to hear what you guys really found exciting. And we now turn to the wheel.
Yes.
Kazel.
Yay!
Hey.
What did you get real excited about this week?
Well, originally I got really excited about the new Overwatch releases.
Yes.
But some days before, my friend linked me a link to a quote unquote new game. And I put it off for a little while, and then I installed it, and then I started playing it, and then I realized that this was going to take over my life again. And it is called Deltarune, and it is a spin-off / quote unquote possible sequel to Undertale. And then after I finished the game last night, I was like, I'm more excited about talking about this than I am about talking about Overwatch, so I'm going to talk about it.
I want to say the way that started out, it sounded like it was going to be a creepypasta.
I thought it was because, like, seriously, when my friend linked me the game, like the download page, all it said at the top was, you agree to everything that after you download this game. I was like, what?
Oh
my god.
Like, out of context, I was like, what am I doing? What is this?
Right.
What the heck, Toby?
Yeah, they changed the web page so it's like more friendly, and you're like, oh, it's an Undertale thing. Okay. But yeah, it seriously, I should have taken like a screenshot, but it said like, everything after this is you agree to, and like, don't talk about this for 24 hours, blah blah blah. There may be some things you have to agree to after you download it, but just download it. Just go through with it. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's why I put it off for a little while. But dude, the game's really good, especially as someone who really loved Undertale. But I feel like, out of context, without having played Undertale, anyone who hasn't played Undertale before,
I have not played Undertale.
I have.
Yeah, but anyone who hasn't before could get into this one without reference to that one.
Oh, thank God.
I feel like, because Undertale, I have my notes for Undertale really quick right here. So Undertale came out in September 15th of 2015. I like saying words. 2015 is when it came out, and it was a massively well-received indie PC hit that is now on all consoles, which I was surprised to see. I'm sure Toby Fox was astounded as well. And the whole story of Undertale is that the character that you play can choose to either kill monsters or be friends with all the monsters. And that was the whole like amazing thing, because they're like, oh, you can be friends with these monster things now, you don't have to kill them. And that whole thing like stirred up people being like, oh, why would I want to make friends with them? I just want to beat the game. But you get a whole different story if you do one or the other. So it's like, oh, okay. So that's the whole thing of Undertale. And
did you take the friendship route?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
I attempted like 2 seconds or like two battles of kill everything, and I felt so bad. I restarted the game and I was like, I'm so sorry, you guys. But yeah, I'm a super pacifist in like things where where characters are like, ow, why did you do that? Why I didn't hurt you? Why are you hurting me? Things like that get me like, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna not do anything anymore. You can hit me as much as you want. Yeah, that was my whole thing with Undertale. I loved Undertale.
Undertale was great.
Yeah, I downloaded the soundtrack. I used to listen to the OST like every single day. I was obsessed with it. Toby Fox, I'm gonna seem more like a giant dork now, but I knew Toby Fox from when he used to do music for what was that called? Homestuck.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, he used to do like really awesome music for Homestuck, and then he moved on into Undertale, and the Homestuck guy is just like, oh yeah, he's super cool. I'm proud of him for doing what he's doing now. And I'm like, that's good. Okay. Aww. They're all friends. It's still friendly now.
Artists supporting artists.
Yeah. But yeah, Toby Fox, I found out he posted this whole thing where he explained all the stuff in Deltarune, which is the game that came out. Deltarune, which is actually, if you think about it, it is a, what's that called? Where you switch letters around?
Oh, an anagram?
It is an anagram of Undertale.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm looking. Yeah. I wrote it down here, and now I'm just seeing it.
But yeah, Deltarune is an anagram of Undertale. It wasn't. I mean, it was on purpose when he created Undertale, because Deltarune was a thing that existed in Undertale, It was the little symbol that one of the characters had on their shirts. But yeah, Deltarune is a free demo, but it's only chapter 1. It's a free demo. You can download it right now on deltarune.com probably. And it released on October 31st. So on Halloween is when Toby Fox decided he wanted to come out. What he did when he was releasing it is he went on his Undertale Twitter and he just started saying like stuff in like really cryptic text. And just like, everyone should come back on October 31st and come back to this page and you should visit and see what's new. And it was really like cryptic and kind of ominous and you don't know what's going on, just like when you download the game. When I downloaded the game, the download file was named survey, and that's it. It's like survey content. I was like, what am I downloading? Am I getting a virus on my... It's so good. But like, since I've been through all the Undertale stuff, I was kind of used to it. So I was like, I know this is a game. You're trying to mess with me again. And I know you're silly, Toby Fox. So
if this were like anything else, I would have been like, Hazel, you downloaded a ghost.
It was really creepy because in the first 10 minutes of the game, all you're doing is creating a character. And it keeps on like popping up this text that says like, are we connected? Excellent. Now you're going to create a vessel. Choose your head, choose your body, all that stuff. Awesome. This looks wonderful. I'm very proud of you. Now tell us the name of your character. And now what's your name? And then now you have to give this vessel emotions and give it likes and dislikes that are similar to yours. How do you feel about this vessel? Are you happy? Are you hopeful? Are you fearful? Are you...
Oh, this is super
like all this stuff. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay, awesome. Great. This vessel is excellent. Excellent. You did all this stuff. Your choices have been recorded. And now, like, after you're like, okay, I'm proud. I did all this stuff. It's like, now we're discarding it.
Oh, what?
And then they give you a character, a set character named Kris. I'm like, oh, okay. And it's just this whole thing of your choices don't matter.
Oh, that's
It's really...
So it's about nihilism.
Yeah. That's what it feels like when I played through the whole game. But yeah, it's the deeper story of it is about this kid named Kris and how he ends up going on adventures with this who was about to be his bully named Susie, this girl who is I think she's like a monster girl. And they go on adventures in the underground deeps and they gotta do stuff, and that's all story stuff that I can't really go into because stuff that I want you guys to find out on your own.
All right.
Well, yeah, it's a really good game. It's really fun. I still think that you could play it without playing Undertale, but having the background of Undertale is really fun too because there are a lot of cameos in it, a lot of like references.
I see.
But you can still play it without.
So is it still in the same world as Undertale?
That has been denounced. So
what?
Toby Fox said himself that it is not in the same realm of Undertale. All the characters that you messed with in Undertale, they are all safe in their own game. This is its own thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're just like different versions of said characters. Like there are 2 characters that are in Undertale who are like almost like best friends, but in Deltarune they're like worst enemies and they hate each other, or they're like 2 other people who don't know each other, like they've never spoken to each other, where in Undertale they're like dating or something.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like, yeah, it's really it's fun with the context of Undertale, but I feel like you could go into it without, and it might even make you want to play Undertale. Since it's only chapter 1.
Right.
The ending of chapter 1 of Deltarune was really, I can't talk about it, but I want to talk about it.
It's very like cliffhanger.
Yes.
Okay. And this game's only on PC or?
Yeah, I think so, because It was a download from a website.
Got it.
Yeah. Which I can link to later.
Yeah, we can include the link. More links in the
Yes.
description.
Yeah.
I want to bring up
have
something
any
about
questions?
Undertale, though.
Sure.
Not really a question. It's just like when Undertale came out, and like at the same time, you know, it was around Five Nights at Freddy's and Doki Doki Literature Club.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did this thing where there was kind of a meta game where you would have to go into like their website's source code or the internal files of the game, and that was part of playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I really liked that, and I don't think more games have been doing that since then, right?
Yeah. There's a little bit of that in Deltarune. Like, remember how I said after you create your quote-unquote vessel that it discards it?
Right.
If you go into your folders after that, there's a folder called, like, I think it's like discarded or like trash or something. And if it's a JSON file, and if you open it up, it says like, hello, is anyone there? It's really sad.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Your vessel is just floating into the nether.
Yep.
Yeah, like I want more stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Well, maybe when the Doki Doki Literature Club person makes their next game in 1500 years,
Right.
we'll get more of that.
It's it's an interesting way of like making games. Overwatch actually did that for a little bit when Sombra
yeah.
came out.
that was
Yeah,
fun.
they had the ARGs.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like an interesting way to get people like talking.
Yeah. And it builds up more hype around the game too, and I like it. Like my thing, especially when the Five Nights at Freddy's games were still coming out, I would always visit the Scott Games website because every time you would go in there's something different, and I would check like the page source, and it would be like hidden text that you can't see normally. And
Yeah.
Look at that, it's fun time.
Wait, hold
A
on.
mystery.
Wait, what
Just makes
is
things
the,
more interactive.
Sorry, what is the what's the Deltarune page?
I think it's Deltarune.com.
Deltarune.
Not Delta.
No, that's an
Google
airline.
Delta. Deltarune. .com.
All right.
Pretty sure it's .com.
It is. Wow. And let's
Yep.
see.
Simple, easy peasy. Peasy peasy.
Let's see if I'm doing this right.
Yeah, like seriously, it didn't used to say Deltarune at the top of the page. Chapter 1, it just said, you agree to everything we're doing. Like, oh, okay.
Okay, I realize I did this, but I don't really know actually how to look at like the page source and stuff.
Oh, on Deltarune?
Yeah.
On your laptop?
Yeah.
Right click.
Right
View
click.
page source.
View. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Dear armchair cryptographers, I know this isn't secure, but it's fast, and all I care about is hot link protection so people don't immediately eat the bandwidth bill like in an hour or something.
Wait,
Okay,
huh? What?
Toby
Huh?
Fox.
Huh? What?
Just reading the very top of the source code.
See. The wheel hungers, and let's see what who will speak next.
Yeah.
And it's me.
Yay.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So, what I got excited about this week was Warframe.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Warframe.
Yep. So
So excited.
Sorry, I'm nervous because I'm nervous because I wanted to sing a song.
Oh, okay.
I always get Warframe mixed up with Destiny for some reason.
How dare you?
I know, I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I got real excited about Warframe because it was announced that the next open world expansion will be dropping this month. It should be sometime these next 2 weeks. And if I'm lucky, by the time this gets out, it'll already be released. But yeah, so Warframe, it is like Destiny and also Borderlands in that it's like a loot shooter, but I think the biggest advantage Warframe has over them is that Warframe is free to play. There's this thing that usually when I go to the free to play tab in Steam, that free to play kind of becomes synonymous with pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Warframe is great that that's not true at all. The microtransactions, the premium currency, for the most part, are just for cosmetics, and you could completely play the game without spending a cent because you can trade in-game items for the premium currency that they offer, and it's not that difficult to actually get valuable things that people will trade for with that premium currency. But I got into Warframe during its beta for 1 week, and then I went to Canada and forgot about it.
Oh.
Yep. And I love it. It's kind of the same genre as Borderlands and Destiny, but the feel of it, I don't know, because in those games, you start out poor, but not so poor. But in Warframe, you start out completely destitute.
Oh.
And if I look back to when I started playing what I have now, it's this crazy feeling like I've gotten so much and I've, made so much. And it's this really good feeling I have of how much I've made and accomplished in this game.
You're invested.
Yeah, which part of the game when you get guns and weapons and warframes is that they take several in real world hours and days to actually build.
Oh.
So there's a heavy time investment, but I think it's because of that it creates this like feeling of accomplishment you get when you get the stuff.
Right.
And it is made by a Canadian video game studio named Digital Extremes. And what I've noticed, at least from live streams and other people's reports of how they interact with the community, is that they're a very good video game studio, very receptive to like the player base and content creators. There's actually a partnership that they do with content creators, to help promote the game. And that's, this wasn't so important to me until I started playing Destiny 2, that, how receptive a studio is to their player base. And after my whole, I love Destiny 2, but I just got burnt out with that and all the hate and drama and everything around it. So then, I switched back to Warframe, and it was just such a nice feeling to be around players who are very nice, I will say, and a studio that felt like they really cared.
Nice.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
But that's Warframe. And then the thing I'm excited about is that some time ago, I think this time last year maybe, I can't remember, but they released an open world expansion where it was just a really big map and you could do all these crazy things because you're interacting with a village and a world. They added fishing and mining to that kind of makes me,
Of course.
So it's
my Animal
becoming
Crossing.
It's becoming more like an MMO, or was it already like that?
It was always an MMO. You would, at least I would, a lot of people play solo. You would just go into a mission with 3 other people and do whatever the mission objective was.
Okay.
And just run and gun and use your Warframe abilities. But on this open world, you have missions that you can do, but there's also resource gathering because it is a loot shooter. You do have to farm stuff. They added new ways to get resources, like the fishing. I still do lots of fishing. It's so peaceful, except for when
Fishing
people try to
in any game.
Yep.
It used to just to be a Japan thing. Now it's just every game.
Please, I want
Fishing
more.
in games.
I'm so bad at fishing in real life, but I'll do it in a video game.
Yeah, I like fishing in video games. I hate fishing in real life.
Never done it in real life.
But the second open world expansion is coming out this week, and what we've seen from it, it looks like you can see that they've really kind of learned from their first one, like because that was, new. They'd never done anything like that. A lot of it is they release something and they try it out and test it and then make changes. So now this is their second open world. You can see the how well they've improved. And this one is what was it? It's on Venus. This is this is the weird part. Their game takes place in the solar system.
Our solar system?
Yeah, so you can visit Earth.
But not on
stuff.
Earth?
No, you can visit Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this one's on Venus. Everything's icy.
Ooh.
I like it.
Yes. And there's a story surround. I'm doing a poor job explaining this now, but
Let it go.
I'm gonna actually. You say that, I'm probably gonna start doing that now. But
Yes.
there is a story to this free to play game, which is really weird. I feel like it is, because
Is it necessary, or can we skip it?
you could totally skip it. I think people should enjoy it and listen to it and watch it, because it's pretty nuts.
It's
pretty freaking
nuts.
nuts.
Explain the world, or what does it do?
So you start the game and you basically know nothing. So so it does explain the world, but explains you.
Oh.
And I'll say that.
Are
yeah,
you
no,
a clone?
Not gonna say. You have to play.
Trigger.
You have to play several hours. Okay, I'm gonna say you have to play several hours before you actually get to character creation. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't spoil too much. But was it these open worlds have their own story, and this one is very you're helping basically a slave colony against these corporate overlords.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just ooh, I like this. This is very fun. And on the topic of ARGs, part of promoting this expansion involved creating this Discord channel. They made this Discord channel that was this is the secret line for the resistance group and you, the player. And there's an ARG going on at this time that's supposed to... I haven't played it because of school. But you have to play this ARG, and it helps, the colony, fight back. Yes, I'm just very excited. I'm very excited. I need to play it.
See, you talking about it actually gets me more interested in the game. Because before, every time I look at it and stuff, I'm just I don't know what this game is and why I should care.
And that is, I think they've made that a part of that now, or just there's a lot of mystery, and now you have to play it to find out. And I think I question how appealing that is.
Yeah, it could be at their deficit. So I don't know how well that works for some people, but some people do like the mystery. So
yeah,
I will say, I think it's worth it. It's because I think it's just I don't read books. I'm terrible. But this is a great story.
All right, I'll put it on my list. Karen, put it on the list.
On the list. I know traditionally you don't like MMOs.
Yeah.
But I do hope you give this one a try.
All right.
I like space.
I like space.
Oh yeah,
I like space. So I might look at it. I like colorful aliens, so I might look at it.
I will say that as part of this event, they also released a song.
Ooh.
It's an amazing.
Oh, you're gonna sing
music.
No, I'm not gonna sing, but if
2 seconds.
If any of you know who Keith Powers is, or Keith Power,
No idea.
I don't, but he's
Wait a second.
But I have the power of the internet, and I did look at his IMDb page.
There you
before.
go.
Okay.
And he's worked on quite a lot, even the Avengers music.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, and he worked on this song for the release, and it's amazing, and you all need to go check it out. It's called "We All Lift Together."
Lift?
Lift.
Sounds like
That's
a
right.
workout.
We all
Okay.
lift.
New workout song. Yay. As if I do that.
It's a new song they play at the gyms.
Speaking of songs, if I could segue a little bit,
Like,
the
wait,
new Super Smash Brothers theme song.
Yes.
Oh man, it's
with
so
the-
good.
They added
The lyrics
words
in
to
it.
the music.
They added words.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the new Fire Emblem one. Just like coming out of nowhere and everyone's like obsessed with it, and I'm like, yes, another good song to add to my collection.
I'm one of those people. I'm still listening to orchestral covers of that Fire Emblem song, and I've listened to the Super Smash one just nonstop for the past 3 days.
Nice. And when like Super Mario Odyssey came out, that song too.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
They're just doing so good with their music, which is so strange because it's like, what about the games?
Oh.
They do okay with that too.
No, but the game is good, but the music.
But the music.
And I want to say,
all
this
about
song
the
for
music.
Warframe, it's like the amount of quality you find from this free to play game is insane to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I can't stress enough just like how crazy, like,
How free to play it is.
well,
How much they do with how little they have.
yeah,
Well,
just like
that's
this
what
is a free to play
happens with
game.
Microtransactions.
This quality, the microtrans, I've only ever like bought the thing once, and that was just because I was lazy. And I like is that you really don't have to buy it. Like, it's super easy to farm stuff in that game, but I'm stuttering so much. This free to play game, the quality that it produces just baffles me.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Some of them game companies know where to put their money.
Yeah. Some of them
They-
aren't stingy with their money.
They do. The company or the studio does a live stream like every month to show
Aw.
like upcoming things, and
That's really cute.
it's you get to see all the people. They're all very nice and all very memey.
Me.
Yes.
Of course.
Anyway, I can't wait for that update.
Cool.
All right.
I will have to look at it more.
Yes, I'll be sure to check it out eventually. I promise.
Like,
Google decided that I should look at Anthem instead. I'm like, no, I'm looking at Warframe.
I play with Neil a lot, so you guys should definitely come when I'm playing with him.
Yes, I know, but like, do I want to play with him?
Aw,
Just
oh.
Kidding.
We just lost a listener.
Small amount of shade there for you, Neil.
You're great, Neil. Anyway, so
Everyone whose name is Neil is like, oh,
I know that one person just happens to be named Neil. I'm like, well, I'm not listening anymore.
oh.
So what did you get real excited about, Sal?
Yay, it's my turn.
Yes.
That's what you got excited about. Your turn.
I was just surprised I wasn't first because I've been first the last couple times, and I'm like, is this just gonna always go in the same order?
No, see, you upset the wheel last time.
Thank the wheel does my bidding. I wanted to go last. So my excitement kind of doubles. I split it into two things because I realize as of this recording, when people like listen to it will be either on the 7th of November or sometime past the 7th. And by that time it might be too late. Well, it's never too late to participate in NaNoWriMo, which is what I'm going to be talking about, but
Yeah.
it probably will be too late for some people to want to hop on board, so I have a second part to this that people can take part of.
Mm-hmm.
So my topic is NaNoWriMo, which,
Yay.
if you don't know what that is, most people don't. It stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it spans the whole month of November, where the goal is to write a 50,000 word novel by the end of the month. So you start at the beginning of November and you have to finish by the end. And how it works is it's basically like a marathon for writers. So you go onto their website and you sign up for this thing. You like announce what your novel is, what it's going to be about, and every day you put in how many words you wrote that day. And then at the end of the month, you take your whole novel and you put it into their system, and it calculates if you went over 50,000 words. And if you did, you win. So... Yay. And it makes sure to calculate, like, you're not using, like, the same word, like, 50 times in a row. So people can't cheat, even though, like, it's more of, like, a self-satisfaction thing. So I don't know why you'd want to cheat. But when you do win, you do get some little, like, prizes. Like, they give you coupons for, like, writing programs. They usually always give you like a 50% off coupon for Scrivener, which is how I got that writing program. And then
if you get another one of those, please give it to me.
Okay. And they usually always give you like a code so you can get a free like printout of your novel in like book form. It's, like, not the best thing, but, I mean, it's, like, free, you know?
Wow.
And they give you a year for that. So, like, normally when you write your novel in a whole month, it's going to be pretty trash because you're, like, rushing. So they give you, like, a year to, like, work it out. And then if you want to submit it, and then they'll send you a copy. And then they let you, like, sell it on their website if you want to, but... I've never done that because, like, once I'm done with a novel, I kind of have all just put them into a folder and, like, never looked at them again. So I really should think about looking into those.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what NaNoWriMo is. It also is, it's a nonprofit, like, thing. So if you can... like donate to their website. They also give some of their proceeds to like writing programs that give resources to libraries, community centers, bookstores and stuff. So like to get people writing. So that's cool. But yeah, so that's what NaNoWriMo is, and I'm super excited because I do this every year and I win every other year. I don't know why. But I won last year, so that means I'm doomed to fail this year. So I'm trying to change that.
Good.
Now, how long have you been doing NaNoWriMo?
I've been doing it since, I believe, 2011. I'm pretty sure it was my senior year of high school. When I started. So for about 7 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I heard about it, I started it, me and my friend did it, and I somehow pumped out like a 900,000 word novel instead of 50,000. And I've never even been able to get that close ever since. I like barely get past 50,000 now. But
wait,
I was
did you
just
say
like
9,000 or 90,000?
90.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
you just kept going.
I just kept going. I was like, this is gonna be great, and that's definitely a novel that's there that I want to revisit and actually like polish and stuff. But you know me. So yeah, I've been doing it for a very long time. I win every other year, with the exception of 1 year where I lost twice, or 2 years where I lost twice in a row. Those were sad times, but...
Well, have you started writing already?
Yes. So
good.
I am behind
well.
already, which is not a good start because I always end up ahead. But because of work and stuff, you know, life gets in the way. but I'm very hopeful.
Gosh darn work.
I am writing a fantasy novel about mages who can like suck the life force out of living things or not living things, and that's how they gain their powers. But because of this, people used to abuse the power, so they kind of outlawed magic. So it's about this guy who is trying to like live in hiding because he's one of these mages, and a girl who's trying to get people to see that magic isn't so bad. So that's what I'm writing about. But so yeah, by the time someone listens to this, it'll be the 7th, and you need to write approximately like 1,700 words a day.
How many pages is that estimate?
I don't know. I use Scrivener, so like it's just one long page. It's not in pages.
Okay.
But I believe it might be like I want to say maybe 3 pages or something a day.
That's not too bad.
If you keep it doesn't
up,
sound too bad until you're actually having to do it every day. So by the time you listen to this, it'll be the 7th, which means you need to have already wrote like 21 pages, so you're gonna like be behind pretty bad. So but the whole event is just about writing. You can set your own goal and just write. You don't have to like win. It's about writing. So yeah, and because of National Novel Writing Month, I thought it would be a good idea. So my second topic is something anyone can participate in, and it is the 10th annual Goodreads Choice Awards.
Oh,
so if you like writing, you probably like reading also. So Goodreads hosts choice awards for like the best novels in certain categories for the year, and it started right now, and I believe I don't know how long until I think this November 26th is the deadline to vote, and they got a bunch of categories and including graphic novels, which is where I picked up The Wicked and the Divine, and also this other graphic novel called Monstrous. So I always look to their page and see like what things won or what things got in what place, so I can be like, oh, I should read this. So yeah, if you want to go participate in that, that would be great.
What was it called again?
The Goodreads Choice Awards.
Okay.
Also, you can add me on Goodreads.
Add me on Goodreads.
I think it's just my name on there is just Salvador, because I think it like links you to your Facebook account. So,
all right. I want to go back to NaNoWriMo for a second.
Sure.
So you said you've been doing this for 7 years.
Yes.
And it's a whole month of writing. It's an exercise in writing. And I mean, if you look back 7 years ago, how do you think of yourself, has changed as a writer or an author?
I think I've definitely gotten better at writing, and NaNoWriMo kind of helps it helps you like pump out writing, because you have to do it every day, and you're just like just going. And for most people, when they're writing, like one of the toughest things I think is just to like start and not stop, because everyone wants to stop and be like, what I'm writing is pretty trash, and like the editor inside you is like, I need to go fix this, or I need to make this better. And like I think people just need to remember like their first draft doesn't need to be perfect of like whatever they're writing. And so I think I've gotten good at just writing because of NaNoWriMo and because of like, I don't know, years in general of writing, even though I still don't think I'm really good at it. But yeah, I think I've grown pretty well. I'll go back and like read something I thought was trash at the time and am like, oh, that actually wasn't bad. Or I will say, oh, that's bad, and compare it to something now, and I'm like, oh man, I actually know how to write now.
So then, with the improvement, what do you think was like, what was something you learned that if there's anything you could attribute it to, what was the thing that really helped improve your writing?
Well, I kind of just already talked about that. Just like,
so just the sheer volume that you had to output?
No, like the idea of not listening to like your inner editor or like the person that's like doubting yourself every step of the way. I think once you can put that aside, it's a lot easier to write, and I've been able to do that more. Like the more you write, the more you're going to be able to write without caring, as much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I've learned that. I've taken away that mostly from my years.
It's funny you say that because last month was October, which is Inktober for artists. And the whole thing about Inktober is you only get to use a pen, and the whole thing about using a pen and being an artist is like, oh, there's like such permanence with a pen, you can't erase it. And you kind of just gotta let go of that strain where it's like, oh, this line's gotta be perfect, and you just gotta go with the flow. It's not about being perfect. You can make mistakes, but it's like they're happy trees, happy mistakes. They'll turn into something good eventually because you're gonna grow from it, and yeah, so
Right.
that's what I got to learn from Inktober, and also teach all my students about.
Hey.
Also, beautiful gold colors.
Oh yes, it's all I use. Make it interesting for myself.
But yeah, that's what I was excited about, and yeah, NaNoWriMo comes right after Inktober, so people who know what Inktober is and participate in that will have
No life.
Yes, but you get an understanding of what NaNoWriMo is about, which is basically the same thing just for writers.
One day I want to do NaNoWriMo, but I'm like, it's always right after Inktober, so I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah, you're just like so
I'm like,
drained.
I'm creatively drained. I'm like, I don't know what to do now.
Well,
I have to type?
Why don't we set a goal that, like, I guess next year the three of us try both Inktober and NaNoWriMo?
Ooh.
Okay.
Like, we don't have to win,
Sure.
but let's try it.
Right, let's just try. All right, I will take this pledge.
Yeah.
Karen, write it down.
Put a sticky note somewhere important. Thanks, Karen.
So that's what we got real excited about this week. Thank you so much for enthusing with us. If you enjoyed what you heard, share it with a buddy so you can nerd out together. And if you have any recommendations, please, we would love the feedback. Feel free to leave them in the comments. Comments are always very much appreciated. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed and follow us on social media. We are at Those Nerdscast on Twitter. And do you guys want to plug yours?
Yeah, I'm Kazel R on most social medias. If not that, I am Kazalu on Twitter.
So I'm at Salzik on Twitter and at Mr. Salzik on Instagram. I also am always on my friend's Twitch, and he is at twitch.tv/whereisasperia. We are going to actually do a Red Dead Red Dead Redemption 2 run soon. So check that out.
And on Twitter, I am at ArielEyes_. And on Instagram, I'm at ALNZHANG. I want to thank my roommate again for submitting this week's question. Check him out on Twitch. He's at Kahoy, KAHOYY. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
Goodbye.
Yay.